And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time. GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description and down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Last week, Starscream Wife was on the show in part 2 because we did have some technical difficulties. Since then, we've actually done a lot of backup and cleanup of a lot of things on my computer. Hopefully, it works and helps. Fingers crossed. I've also got some additional RAM coming to install. Hopefully that makes a difference. So I am trying to work on fixing and mitigating the technical issues that we were having. I hope that it works. As usual, if something happens and the stream drops on us or dies on us, don't go anywhere. Don't freak out. We will pick it up with a part 2. Let's hope we don't have to do that because I don't like getting into that habit at all. Tonight, we'll talk a little bit about TFCon, a little bit about BotCon, and when that's happening, we're going to touch a little bit on MegaCon and when we're likely to hear about that Haslab project. We're going to talk about some leaks, some reissues, some things that have come out. We'll talk a little bit about Magic Square, Newage, DNA Design. So there's not so much a lot, but there's a lot of like little things here. Let me just see exactly where you guys are and make sure I get everything here good and set up for myself here. Let's see who we got. Hey, Master Fire Mike. Hey, Francis. Hold on. Let me try this. There we go. Hold on. Hey, Inconsiderate Prime. That's the best oxymoron I've heard in a while. Yeah, hopefully, Master Fire. My fingers are crossed. I really hope so. Hey, Input. Hey, Blue. Hey, Lion. Hey, Lance. How's my week been? That's a loaded question. It's been a week. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's been a week, but we're not going to dwell on that tonight. I got G1 Chain Claw earlier, though it's only the inner bot. I also saw SDCC Fort Max mint in box. Wow, that's really cool. Was that like a what do you call it? Like a collector store, or was it a con, or what was it? Hey, Jason. Hey, Joel. Well, finally opening up Quake. Hey, Razor Bear. Is that a collector store? Cool. I think we're going to try jumping right into things. Did you guys see Printformer 6 foot Fort Max? Yeah, I saw that a while ago. It's again like it's impressive, but like, what are you doing with it? You know, like honestly, what are you doing with it? Like, what are you doing with it? That's all. Is it again? It's like the W Resources thing. Like, it's impressive, but like, what are you doing with it? Honestly, I don't know. Hey, Dragonfly. What? G1 Astro Squad 2. Cool. Wonder if we'll get a Legacy Astro Force. I wouldn't count on it, but especially since Legacy is like ending. Speaking of which, that's like the countdown question this week. The one best Legacy release across the whole trilogy. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Mondays went up, which was the top 10 possible Haslab projects, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. How about we do this? And of course, here we have our, hold on. I'm going to try something. Just bear with me a second. I'm going to try doing that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this goes. I'm just trying to kind of change where I have something to here. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Matt. Hopefully it's big powered. We'll see. I mean, I don't feel a big need to get another big powered. I have the other one, so I don't hate it. Is it perfect? No, but I certainly don't hate it. You guys going to get any Swapticons? No. Can't say as I am. Let's get into the news. So first thing to note right here at the very tippy top is that Legacy United Wave 5, which is the wave that has Breakdown and Armada Sideswipe, or sorry, not Sideswipe, Wheeljack, is out in the UK. It's also out in Canada. I've seen this wave at a local comic store. I didn't get the Wheeljack because to me, if anything, it's a ricochet. I refuse, much like with Pablo, I refuse to see this as a version of Wheeljack. It just doesn't have any of the nods. But if you grew up with the Unicron trilogy and this speaks to you, then go get it. G2 Breakdown, if you didn't get the G1, I don't know if they'll ever reissue it. They might not. But until then, maybe get the G2 if you really want to complete your Menasor. Last week, of course, part of the unboxing that was done was the Menasor kit. Courtesy of Dragonfly, and I don't have that put on yet, but that's going to be one of the things that I want to put on and review this weekend, so that'll come up next week. Let's kind of keep going down here. These things, again, they're Lego, and I assume that you can build both the bot and the car. I'm not super familiar with these. I've never seen them, but like that's a cute looking Optimus. I assume you get both, like the parts for both the bot and the truck, even though they don't actually convert. Again, it's kind of chibi. It's kind of super deformed. If that's your thing, cool. But like, I can't argue with, it's hard to argue with Lego. They're cute. They are what they are. There's the Bumblebee. I kind of, me, I'm not a Bumblebee guy, but I really like the Bumblebee robot here. That car leaves a little something to be desired, though. I think the Optimus truck is better than the bot. I think the Bumblebee bot is better than the car. Make of that what you will. But that's just me. To each their own, of course. As we go down here a little bit. Also out in the UK, not only is it Wave 5 of Legacy, but also the Biddy Bots Soundwave and Rumble. Even though that Rumble is colored like Frenzy, if you're an animation accurate guy like me. This is the weird one where like the Soundwave head and face or whatever goes up, and like the Rumble is like his head or whatever. It's the weirdest thing. Couple of images, nothing much really to talk about or write home about there. Stupid head flips table. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I really am. Hey, Sovereign. Let's kind of go on here. I don't want to belabor on the images and stuff if I don't have to. So then we have this. This is DNA Design's upgrade kit for Raiden. Apparently the Raiden combiner, being MPG Masterpiece Generations, apparently though it's not super stable. So DNA Design came up with this kit. Now, they do note that in using this kit, and I want to make sure again that I'm telling you exactly the right thing when I find it. Dun, 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 dun. Did I write that down? I thought I did. Yeah, here we go. The Raiden kit. It's a frame for the combined mode, but apparently they say like basically leave it in the standard kind of A stance. I'm not sure why that would be, but it's like, how much of an upgrade kit is it if the advice is to keep it in your standard A stance? That said, this looks like it's basically giving you a pelvis and very, very upper thighs to sort of extend the body to increase the range of motion, I guess, of the legs. And those other two pieces on the side apparently are intended to be like new shoulder mounts, basically. Hey, Marcus. Not exactly a good sign when Masterpiece figures need upgrade kits, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Just got Legacy Ramjet in because didn't see it locally. You get him or have the Earthrise 2-pack. So I didn't get that one, though I have seen 4 locally, and I made sure to inform other local collectors about it. I was actually super fortunate that long ago, Masterfire hooked me up with the 2-pack. I'm not going to get another one. I don't have to. I was very, very fortunate that Masterfire was good enough to hook me up with that. I'm still really grateful for it. And I'm really glad too that since nobody in Canada got theirs, that now that I've seen 4, that I didn't have to even take one. I was just able to help other local collectors and fans get their Ramjet. I've never been a huge fan of the Earthrise mold compared to the Siege, but I do think that the Earthrise mold is much better for the Seekers than the Classics mold was. And I do love the red wings and the paint on the wings for Ramjet. Good pickup, man. Honestly, a really good pickup. It looks like the PE Menasor upgrade parts. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Input. That's exactly what I was thinking, buddy. By the way, thanks for being a Super Chat super fan. I absolutely appreciate that. Managed to grab a pair of them. Yeah, Sovereign always gets a pair of them. I'm getting the Walmart G1. What? I am getting Walmart G1 Transformers. The movie Skywarp tomorrow. Cool. Enjoy. Love Skywarp colors. How can you not like the purple and black scheme? So, yeah, I agree with input. This reminds me of the Perfect Effect kit for Menasor. You can see it certainly adds some height, and you can see there it's all kind of in the pelvis, and I guess bulks up the shoulders a little bit. What's interesting is I don't know if it increases the range of motion a ton on the shoulders, maybe forward a little bit, but look at the leg. It really increases the outward movement to the side, and it increases the forward kick movement, which is great. But if the advice is that you keep it basically in A stance for display, then what's the point of having the increased articulation? Is it that certain ratchets or something, certain joints wouldn't be able to hold the weight? I don't know. I really don't know. This is a peculiar set. I don't know. Like, I don't have the Raiden, so I don't really have a dog in this fight. But I'm kind of like, is there a point to this? Like, if the actual combiner, and I don't know this, I'm only speaking on what DNA Design kind of posted themselves, but if the actual combiner is somewhat unstable and putting this on makes it more stable, but you still only really have to leave it in an A stance, then why are you getting it? Just put it together and don't touch it, I guess. I don't know. I'd like a proper Generations Raiden personally. That's not this thing. I don't know. Like, I mean, it looks like a good set there. It does. It looks like a good set there. I don't know. I'd like to actually see an actual review of this to see if it's, as stable or not stable as they say. Like, you look at Ben's Collectibles, and he did a review of course, the W Resources, and he said the same thing that I had heard from W Resources, which was display it in city mode. And he said, man, I got mine left in bot mode, and everything is insanely tight. I can't see what the problem would be. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it was a legalese warning on behalf of W Resources in case something was to break. Or maybe as time passes, something will get weaker and Ben will regret leaving it in robot mode. I really don't know. Again, don't have a dog in that fight, but kind of interesting all the same. Let's go out of here. Down here, we have like some more images of Q in package and stuff. I don't want to go through all of these, but like, there he is from the side. I mean, pretty slender. Oh, sorry. I don't know, guys. That was I like gone black there for a minute. Fortnite Seeker. Fortnite. Oh, favorite Seeker. What? Thanks, man. Hey, Chauncey. Don't you what? Don't you see the delete Seeker trifecta penalty? He needs more paint. Oh, it's just an ad on your end. Okay, but you see the screen and stuff fine, right? Nobody said anything, so I'm assuming you guys can see the screen stuff fine. Again, I'm gun shy now. There's Q on the side. I mean, okay, it doesn't look too bulky. The back, I mean, looks what you would expect, though. I do think the lower legs look pretty bulky. I wonder how deep that knee bend will be, honestly. I mean, one's a blaster. I don't know what the other thing is. There he is. Like, I don't know. Does this look good? I feel like he needs a. I think I'm with Masterfire because I assume Masterfire when you say needs more paint, you're talking about Q, and I agree. He needs more paint. He's not big. He's a fairly small deluxe. I mean, about the size of those other two Wheeljacks, and I don't know if you would particularly say either of them are like big deluxes. I don't think they are. Right there he is next to Dino. I think that's Dino. And there he is next to the Takara Q, who is obviously bigger, but from another time. I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about this Q. I like the car mode. It's very I don't want to say nondescript car. That's not true. But it's kind of like skids. Like, I feel like I could believe that I would see this driving on the streets. So I don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't care for that storage. That storage there is just awful. Just terrible. I can't tell whether that's a gold mustache or yellow teeth. I was the same thing. Yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought of this stuff. Yeah, okay. It was Master Fire saying exactly that. The car looks clean. Yeah, I agree. The car does look. Oh, I don't know what type of car it is. It has 4 tires and it rolls. You know me and cars. Doesn't that count as storage? Doesn't that count as storage? A Mercedes ES5 AMG, whatever. I don't know anything about cars. I know they go vroom and you got to put gas in them. Some of them nowadays you plug them in. But as long as it gets me from point A to point B, that's literally all I care about. So I don't know. I might have to end up getting this thing just because I don't know how I feel about it. And I might need to get it in hand. MegaCon. So let's touch on this. MegaCon is coming up February 6th to the 9th. Word is the Hasbro panel will be on February the 7th. And word is that on February the 7th, that's when we will find out what the next Haslab will be. Cool, I guess, if that's your thing. Then we have this. Everybody recognizes this lad. This, of course, is Studio Series 86. Ultra Magnus up for pre-order again. And man, oh man, the first thing that I saw was all these people complaining, saying, Pulse sold out right away. Will you stop buying from bloody Pulse? Stop letting Hasbro have 3 dips in your pocket. And I'm not saying don't get a pre-order, but like, there's so many other retailers. Like, actually support a retailer whose business model is retail, not development, not production, not wholesale, not distribution. Go to a retailer. That's their bread and butter. But you know what? Like, I said it before and I'll say it again when it comes to Ultra Magnus. For me, my upgrade Combiner Wars, I'm happy with. But I can't deny that this is a great Ultra Magnus. It's scored well. It's the lightest by mass. It's definitely the lightest commander class, but it does feel very solid, very hefty. It's an excellent Ultra Magnus. If you missed him before and you want him, man, do not, lament that Pulse doesn't have him. Let Pulse die. Pulse Asia's gone. Let the rest of it die. Go to literally the plethora of other retailers. Put yourself in your pre-order, sleep tight at night, and happy. The other thing up for pre-order again with him is this lad. I don't know if you can see him down in the corner, but this lad is Beachcomber. I was lucky to get him before. There was some spotty release of that wave in North America anyway. So I'm really glad he's up for pre-order. The Legends Beachcomber is great. The Legacy one is really quite nice. The only 2 things that I would tell you, and I'll probably share around, much as I have with other reissues, I'll probably share around my review of this guy again too when it gets closer to his release. The only 2 things I would mention is, remember when you're transforming him to extend the body, you got to extend the body, and after you extend the body, then you can pick up the frame. The other thing that I would mention is he comes with the little paradise parakeet that you can put on a little nub on his shoulder, which is cute. And I like doing that sometimes, but I wouldn't leave it there because the parakeet is made of the same soft rubbery material as the blast effects. So they're cool to put there, but I wouldn't leave them there because it'll probably get stuck over time. And you know what? When are you ever going to get a version of the Paradise Parakeet ever again? Probably never, right? So really, really great Beachcomber. Certainly check them out. Let's see. As we go down here just a little bit. It's a blue car. Let's get it straight. Yeah, that's the way I am. I mean, great for car people that know the models and stuff. It's just I don't know them. Storage for boxing it up, but definitely not on the shelf. No, yeah, right. Hey, Albert. He's a magnificent Magnus. Yeah, he is a magnificent Magnus. Yeah, he is. I am so getting Ultra Magnus because I was really impressed by Optimus. And you know what? If you were impressed by Optimus, you're going to like Magnus. Really, the only two gripes, if I wanted to nitpick Magnus, and again, I reviewed him, so closer to the release, I'll probably put that around again. I do find that you got to get used to the knee transformation. That's a little finicky. But once you get used to it, it's fine. I do wish the backward movement of the arm had a flap that locked in so that like the arm doesn't start to untransform when you move it back. Minor gripe though, because you could just move it by the shoulder. And I do wish the white that's on his shins came up over the top of the knee where the red is. I understand because of the truck mode and the transformation why it wasn't put there, but I think I would have preferred it being there. If something was going to be ever so slightly compromised, I would rather it be the truck ever so slightly than the robot. And seeing the red on the top of the knees just breaks up the white of the thigh and the lower leg. And being a cartoon guy, I would like all that to be white. But those are very minor gripes. He's an excellent Ultra Magnus. Certainly worth getting if you don't have it and you like Ultra Magnus. Of course. Let me see what is being said here. I'm sorry. Kingdom Magnus. Nope. 86. You might have some buzzes going on there now, guys, because of my silly phone. 1 second. Hold on. One second there, guys. Talk amongst yourself for a moment. That's strange. Don't think so. Pardon me with that. Let's see. I'm sorry, Kingdom Magnus who? No, 86 is the definitive. Kingdom Magnus scales nicely. 86 though is yeah, I mean I get it. A lot of people see it as definitive. For me, like I said, it's my upgraded combiner wars. But I totally understand the arguments for this guy being definitive and stuff. Passed on Magnus and the other two cause I love my CWs. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, but I do understand how good this guy is. It wasn't for me, but I understand how good it is. I could see Broadside in Commander class and Magnus size. Yeah, so could I. I got Beachcomber last Christmas. I like Beachcomber. I want Ruckus. I like Ruckus too. I like that mold. I think DevCon, if they're doing Beachcomber, I think DevCon would be ripe for a reissue. I really do. I passed on every Magnus from Animated, Siege, Prime, Kingdom, Shatterglass 86, and Legacy 86. That's kind of crazy. Why would you pass on them all? Let's see. Thursday snuck up on me again. Hey, Ash. Yes, this one can hold some in truck mode. You're right. Magnus's cab is a bit small compared to 86 Prime. That's my only gripe. Oh, is it really? I didn't know that. We go down here a little bit. I know I'm skipping some stuff, but it's just because yeah, I got an extended warranty call, right? I want 86 Magnus, but I could not get him before. Well, you know what? Now's your chance. Now's your chance. Go around, find a pre-order somewhere. Like, I mean, this is the second time this dude's coming out. Tie it up. Tie it up, man. Just don't go through Pulse. That's all. Same with Beachcomber. Tie Beachcomber. So Bearbrick Optimus Prime. Do you remember Bearbrick Optimus Prime? This is the 400% version. I don't know if that means it's bigger. I assume that's what it means. I do vague. And I was like, they're weird, cute. This is, yeah, 400%. This one is apparently 28 centimeters and will be released in February. And then I said the price. This is like $230 US. What? That seems nuts for an Optimus that turns into a cute little bear, but maybe that's just me. No, I don't know. I mean, it's 28 centimeters, so I don't know. I don't know. Make of it what you will. Magic Square showed off their 6-shot. And like he looked pretty good next to their Magnus, by the way, who they also showed off. This is pretty early, so like there's not kind of say about this yet, other than Magic Square is doing a legend scale version of 6-shot and Magnus. And here you go. You get a chance to kind of see grayscales of them. I'm glad they're the same size. I think it makes sense that Magnus and 6-shot would be the same size because, of course, they have that history and headmasters of fighting each other and stuff. So, you know, and of course, legend scale coming from Magic Square. But like, that looks great. Yeah, good looking car mode, good looking ship mode. You know, like, what is there not to really like about it? Honestly, that's the like wolf mode, so to speak. Unbearable. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Yes, I wonder how 6-shot is going to work. Lots of panels, maybe, but I mean, it's Legends class. So what's the chance of it having a lot of panels? I don't know. Not into legend scale, but that 6-shot is fire. Yeah, and I agree. Like, it's not for my collection. But like if you're a Legends collector, you know, there he is in his blaster mode. There he is in his tank mode. Like all the modes look clean. You know, the robot looks clean. I'm impressed with it, honestly. Speaking of the Magnus, which is also class, we might as well take a second and see his truck next to their Optimus Prime. And the truck looks good. Again, the ramps come down. Presumably, this can hold some Legends class cars, I would think. Good looking Magnus. Good looking 6-shot. I guess we'll see how they fare. But then right in sandwiched in between them, we have this trash. Authentics Elita 1. Yeesh. I hate the Authentics line. Some guy, when I said it, was like, these are for kids, you big baby moron. And I'm like, stop insulting. You got to stop insulting kids' intelligence. You got to stop, man, insulting kids' intelligence. They know good from bad. Why would you want to insult your kid and make them feel bad by giving them this? This looks like trash. The proportions are awful. There's no elbows. I don't know what's going on with those shoulders or how they move. She doesn't have feet. She just has like part of the car down there. I don't believe for a second she can stand on her own. Look at the bent up leg and the way that foot is. I don't believe for a second that there's anything there to give her any stability whatsoever. Look at that robot. Is it just me that thinks that looks like, and pardon my language, but that looks like the drizzling shits, like just like diarrhea. It's awful. I think it's that bad. Look at it. I think it's awful. Car looks cool. Car looks great. I'm down for the car. Can't stand the robot. It's one of the ugliest things I think I've ever seen. The Authentics RC had a neat looking car mode, though. Yes, it did. That RC makes some of those Legends class toys that we got in Universe look like masterpiece. I agree. I really do. Gas station Transformers. It's for kids. So were G1 Transformers. That's right. And they were a lot better than this. Like, man, you gotta stop. You gotta stop insulting kids. I work with them every day. They're not dumb. They know good from bad. They know what they like and what they don't. They're not going to like this. They're just not. As we go down here. So Sophia Miles is going to be at TF Nation. And I was like, who is Sophia Miles? I've never heard of her. She was in Age of Extinction, Darcy Tyrell. But you probably know her better as playing Lady Penelope in Thunderbirds. But like, I didn't know her. And I was like, she's a guest. Okay, cool, I guess. Then we get down to this. And we have some, I don't want to call them reveals because they're not reveals. They're leaks, I suppose we would say. Matrix Workshop upgrade for Legacy Prime Breakdown. Really helps the figure. Great buy, $18. Interesting. I've heard of that one, but I haven't seen it. Looks like it crawled out of a trash compactor. You're not wrong. So we have a few kind of leaks on the go here. The first one is a Studio Series Transformers 5 Nemesis Prime. Presumably the upcoming Leader Class Optimus that's coming out is going to get a slight repaint with a mark across his face and some red eyes and probably some darker hues and color. And I presume that is what will become the Nemesis Prime, which was the Age of Extinction one. Because it's really not Age of Extinction. It was the what was Quintessa in The Last Night? It was the Last Night Optimus. But like, let's be honest, the Age of Extinction, Last Night Optimus, really, they're going to use the same body type for it. They're just going to repaint it, I'm sure. 86 Astro Train. I'm intrigued by this. I would presume that this is going to be a recolor of the Siege Astro Train, but like, do I know that for sure? No, not at all. I really don't know that for sure. Will it be a new mold? I'd be shocked if it was. I mean, I guess it could be, but I'd be shocked if it was. There will be, I'm very happy to say, and if you want to look down in the corner for a minute, you'll see there's going to be a reissue of this lad. This is Snarl. A lot of people missed him. A lot of people said, man, I have all of the Dinobots except for Swoop and Snarl. Well, Swoop came out. Probably will get a reissue. Some people have said they don't have Grimlock. Grimlock is also getting a reissue apparently this year. Now Snarl is getting one slated, keep in mind, slated for 2026. And I think that's good. There were a lot of sludges around. There were a lot of slugs or slags, whatever you want to call it, around. Grimlock, I think a lot of people didn't get because they were like, well, that's only one Dinobot. I don't know. And so they didn't buy it, but I think they regretted it when they started doing the other ones. So it's good that they're redoing Grimlock, even though he's had a number of recolors. I think it's great they're doing Snarl. I would assume that at some point they're going to do Swoop. And then the most peculiar one, 86, this guy. And this, of course, is Soundwave. This is the Legacy Soundwave. I can't possibly imagine what they're going to do to make it 86. I don't believe for a second it's going to be a new mold. I don't believe that for a second. Now, I did talk to one guy who said that he felt like the proportions of the Netflix Legacy mold were off. I'm not sure why he thought that. I really, really don't know why he thought that. I guess the blue could slightly be lightened up. Maybe the chest, instead of being clear, could be like a Allspark blue. But there's not a lot that you're going to be able to do to this to make it better. It's just not. Man, my phone is busy tonight. I apologize. No, not doing that one. So, yeah, I mean, there's an 86 Soundwave coming up. So the guy also said that I was talking to said that he felt like the chest was too wide. That needed to be narrower. I don't see how you could do that without totally redoing the cassettes. And I don't see a way to do the cassettes with any justice and make them smaller. And you should absolutely not make this guy bigger. He would be out of scale. So I don't know. I assume it's going to be a recolor. It might not even be a recolor. It might just be this repacked. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it's interesting, I guess. I have a Nemesis Bridge set Soundwave. I don't see how they can improve on the color. I agree. I really don't. And I mean, the Nemesis one is really close to the Legacy one. Little bit different. I think the Nemesis Bridge one has some silver on the forearms and stuff. But like, I don't see what else you would do. I feel like that this will be a case like Galvatron, where it's going to be like, here's a different shade, and depending on the cartoon that you watched and the tint on your TV and stuff, this one's right or that one's right. I think both of them could be right. Like, I tend to think of Soundwave as a bit of a lighter shade of blue. But when I watch him in, say, like Headmasters and some of the Japanese fiction, I feel like he is this darker shade of blue. I just feel like in North America, he was a slightly lighter shade of blue. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. I want Astro Train so bad. That's fair. The Siege is great. I stuck with the Titan's Return. I think the Siege is too small, and I didn't like all the parts for me. I would want it to be about the size of the Titan's Return, honestly. If you notice the shadow there, that was Starscream Wife going across. Yeah, stay safe, buddy. Let's go on here and try and get some of this out of the way. New Jersey Comic-Con, that's up and coming pretty soon as well. BotCon, by the way, I did see something about that. See if I can find that, because I might as well mention that now as well. Yeah, BotCon is going to be in Indiana this year, June 12th to the 15th. I think tickets are on sale now or soon, but I'm not 100% sure on that. T-Formers kind of has all the details on that. We saw a transformation video for Scrapper. I mean, it's a good transformation. I looked at it and I was like, I feel like that this is a little bit over-engineered for what it needs to be and what it needs to do, but that's just me. You can watch it if you want on your own time. There's another going around the rumor mill, so to speak. By the way, we already got that done. Is basically, where did I put that? Yeah, basically that we're going to be getting in the MPG line a black Super Ginrai. I guess like a Nemesis Super Ginrai type of thing. We did see a black repaint, and I think that that's the one that they call like the Nucleon Quest Optimus. I don't know if that's the black one they're talking about or if it's going to be a different one. We're apparently getting an MPG Hauler. That's an interesting choice. I guess it'll use like the Grapple Inferno mold. And apparently we're going to get another one, MPG 17. That's either going to be Jazz or apparently Optimus Prime 4.0. I don't understand how you can call these things perfect and masterpieces when you keep doing them. Word is that the new Optimus, if it's Optimus, will be a more simple transformation along the lines of the Ginrai. Make of that what you will. I don't know if any of that is true. It is just the rumor mill being the rumor mill. Why would they do Optimus 4.0 this soon when they just did 86? I agree. Nucleon Quest is the black Super Ginrai. Is it okay? Well, then, if you heard that and you know more about it than me, then I defer to you. Hey, D-Dog, don't work too hard, buddy. Optimus Prime equals money. Yeah, 4.0, my bro. Why bother? 86 is already perfect. I agree. I'm not even going to argue with you. New Age. So I find this interesting. I just did the 4-pack of the Troop Builders, and one of them is the animated Auto Trooper. This guy using the Siege Ironhide mold. Traditionally, even in animated, it was a Cybertronian Ironhide mold that was used. But New Age is taking a different approach to doing that character, and they're using a remold of this guy. This, of course, is Trailbreaker. Great looking little Legends Trailbreaker. Looks really great. Good articulation. Nice detailing. Excellent alt mode. Like, I like this. Of course, New Age being New Age, by the way, here's all the stuff that comes with him. All of his, like, blast bits and pieces and doodads and all that good stuff. I can't believe this tonight. Oh, my God. No. Yeah, so, like, all that's cool. But then as we go down, we get the G2 repaint of the guy, which again, like that's neat. Like fine if you want to do like a G2 recolor, nothing wrong with that. Sorry, not G2, Shattered Glass. I mean, sorry, I said G2, I meant Shattered Glass. I apologize. Which of course, is like the Diaclone color, and that's cool. That's great. Then there's a slightly different coloration. Oh, sorry, this is the Toy Accurate Deco. Right, with the red visored head and stuff. And if we go down, where is it? I thought that there was another Shattered Glass one. The decos there are Cartoon Shattered Glass Toy. Oh, yes, this one. I thought this was weird. This, look at the head on this. All you need is a force field. Phone is Grand Central Station night. It really is. Trailbreaker's a Toyota. Okay. This is Shattered Glass Lockdown. So we have the toy deco with the red visor, the regular deco. We have the Shattered Glass, which is really the blue Diaclone one. Then we have this, which has an alternate head, which apparently is Lockdown. And then we have this guy. And this is the animated Auto Trooper. You know what? This mold looks like works all right for this, honestly. If you know what the animated one looks like, this isn't too bad. Bit creative, bit different. Wouldn't have expected this mold, but I think it works pretty good. Making dinner. Take care, buddy. We go down here. Let's see. I think we're getting a reissue of the 3.0 M Deluxe. Is it M Deluxe? No, just the Deluxe. These are the bigger, like 11-inch ones for Siege Optimus and Siege Megatron. We've seen these before. This is a reissue. Transformers 1 is going to be re-released for a limited showing in the U.S. in theater at Movie Tavern Marcus Theater Chain, March 7th, 8th, and 9th. So, I don't know. Cool, I suppose. I think that's... Yeah. Then we have these things. This is the Swapticon thing that somebody asked about earlier. We saw a poor image of it last week. Like, that's the 5-pack. That's the... I don't know. Like, does this look good to you? I don't know. Frank Welker's going to BotCon. Like, it's just a little box. Like, they look terrible. I don't like this. Maybe you do. And you can take the pieces off of the side and stuff and switch them around and whatnot. I think that looks terrible. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. And then the last two things to kind of show is we'll go in here. And I don't want to show everything, but I do want to, go down to here. Obviously, this is a deluxe. He's bigger or taller. I can't say bigger. That's a lie. He's taller than the like Toy Accurate Legacy United Deluxe. You know, there he is next to the like, I guess, Missing Link, right? The MPG. And like, it's okay. Like, you got to put the smokestacks on. I look at this, I'm like, it's okay. The white on like his grill and his smokestacks and his torso and his legs, it looks a little cheap to me. The wrist, I don't think has anything on it. The legs kicking forward is fine. You know, even the little white on the side is fine. It's all right, but I'm like, and I like the Matrix in there. But like, this feels to me like a really tiny deluxe. And I look at the truck mode and stuff, and I'm like, it's all right. But I'm not blown away by it in hand. Not as much as I was by pictures. I do think that this looks good. I do think that the Earthrise trailer used with him looks good. I don't know if you guys see that. I don't like that version of Prime. That's fair. The white looks a little soapy. Yeah, a little soapy. That's a nice way of putting it. But I think it looks pretty good here with this trailer. But overall, and I was talking about this, I think, with Maximal 10 maybe. When I look at this, I get the same sort of vibe as... Do you remember the Classics Optimus Deluxe in that 2-pack, and his like upper body from the chest up was able to like twist around. This reminds me of that a lot. And I don't know why, but it does. It reminds me of that a lot. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, but I don't know. I'm glad I got the 86. I got nothing against this, but I don't think it's the prime for me. And then we have some more images, finally, of Star Convoy or Star Optimus Prime, if you prefer. He's obviously a big boy, no doubt about it. There he is in base mode a little bit. You can see that the Zodiac is in there using the sword hilt to mount it upon. Like, again, it's fine as far as the weird base mode goes, right? Rodimus there. I think that this looks good. Apparently, you can use a bunch of these container car things. He fits in that one, I assume. I mean, I like this. It looks active. It looks alive, right? You can see a size there next to a couple of other primes, not just Hot Rod, but Prima and Solus as well. So he's a big boy, right? Hot Rod there. I mean, bit smaller, of course, than Beachcomber, because of course he's supposed to be smaller here. So, like, again, I don't have anything against this guy at all. Let's just close that. All right, let's run through what we didn't cover in the news, if there was anything. We'll do the trivia, the unboxing, and then we can get out of here. So let's see here. The Scrapper transformation we went through all of that. We talked about the Devastation Optimist, the 3-0 stuff. We went through all of that. The Star Convoy, the MegaCon. Remember, February 7th for the Haslab. MP32 Fans Hobby Metal Hawk. That's being done. No images here. If you want to see the images for Metal Hawk, check out tformers.com. They were on there. I think the positioning of the wings was a little odd, but I think Fans Hobby is doing a nice job. I want to see full color images of the Metal Hawk. All they have now is those, you know, the great test shot, right? Also, I didn't see it here, but Dr. Wu is doing a Metroplex, of course, a little super deformed. That will go with their Trypticon. Again, it has the city mode. It has the rolling thing mode, the robot mode, and it turns into the little square like Scorponok does, like Fort Max does, like Trypticon does. It's cute. It's functional. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but for such a tiny little Metroplex, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. BotCon I already told you guys about. Q we talked about. The DNA set. And the Funko Bitty Bots. Okay, let's do the trivia. The quick unboxing, and then we can get out of here. I might have to do some shoveling. I think I heard the plow go up the road. So, who of the following was not one of the 4 seekers in the Welcoming Committee? So the Welcoming Committee, the very first episode, there were 4 seekers. They went unnamed for years. They got named after the fact years later. I have the Trypticon. It's great. Yeah, you know what? The Metroplex looks really good too, and I think it pairs well with the Trypticon, honestly. So, who was not a member of the Welcoming Committee? A, Slipstream. B, Nacelle. C, Hotlink. Or D, Sunstorm. Who was not a member of the Welcoming Committee? Slipstream, Nacelle, Hotlink, or Sunstorm? A, B, C, or D? What say you guys? While you guys are thinking about that, I'm going to just go up and see what I missed in the comments here. Dice with faces. Let's see. Swapticons are big nope. I agree with you, Dragonfly. I don't like that version of Prime, says Sovereign, but other people saying they do like it here, so it's kind of a mixed bag. The deluxe looks cheap, but somebody else, but like Blue says he kind of likes it. Let's see here. We have 86 Prime at home, right? That came out with a handgun Megatron with a DVD. Yeah, maybe. Yes, it did. Yes, you're right. It did come out with Megatron with the DVD and stuff. That's the one that I was